Mercedes isn't just missing their star driver, they might be in for a serious brain drain too. Losing Lewis Hamilton was just a start. Now it looks like a bunch of key engineers might be following him out the door. Even after Hamilton bagged 7 constructor championships and 6 WDC titles for them, Mercedes said no to making him an ambassador. Meanwhile, Ferrari didn't waste a moment and grabbed the opportunity. But let's take a look at who those engineers are. Toto Wolff, the head of the Mercedes team, has confirmed that he is in discussions with Peter Bonnington, Lewis Hamilton's track engineer, following Hamilton's announcement of leaving the team. Affectionately called Bono, the British engineer has been by Hamilton's side since he joined Mercedes from McLaren in 2013. During their partnership, Bono has played a key role in guiding the 39-year-old driver to 6 world championships and contributing to 8 consecutive constructors' titles from 2013 to 2021. Notably, Bono also worked with Jenson Button during his 2009 championship win at Brawn and collaborated with Michael Schumacher when he returned to the sport in 2010 with Mercedes. Wolff acknowledged the talks with Bono, stating, "I've already spoken with Bono. When I told him about Lewis Hamilton's departure for Ferrari, he asked me, is it April 1st? This is something we will discuss in the future." Loic Serra, who was responsible for vehicle performance at Mercedes, decided to switch to Maranello due to frustrations with the problematic W13 and W14 machines at Mercedes. Despite the return of James Allison as the technical director, Serra chose to leave the team. Lewis Hamilton highly values Serra, and his departure played a significant role in Hamilton's decision to leave Mercedes. For senior technical roles like Bonnington's, Mercedes may prefer a gardening leave period, implying he could either leave in 2024 or potentially join Hamilton at Ferrari later. Hamilton also desires the company of another race engineer from Mercedes, Riccardo Mosconi. Mosconi, who previously worked with Valtteri Bottas and George Russell, was promoted in 2023 and is currently the head of trackside performance at Mercedes. Ferrari has earmarked a similar role for Mosconi, and if he considers the move, Ferrari would want him in place early for the 2026 rules reset. Like Bonnington, a period of gardening leave may be required for Mosconi to ensure minimal transfer of up-to-date information. Toto Wolff also claimed that it may be his time for Mercedes to be bold in searching for a replacement for Lewis, and no one is quite yet sure what he meant by that. But would you look at the power Lewis Hamilton had over Mercedes and this massive exodus currently happening? Lewis Hamilton, Ferrari's new Formula One driver, shared that the motivation behind his move is fueled by the same feeling he had when he initially joined Mercedes in 2013. Hamilton's departure from Mercedes, originally under a 2-year contract extension, is now set for the end of the 2024 F1 season. In a recent social media post, the 7-time champion offered a more detailed insight into his decision, marking a significant moment in publicly addressing his move to Ferrari. Lewis Hamilton reflected on the recent events, describing the period from the decision to its announcement as a crazy few days filled with a whole range of emotions. Expressing immense gratitude for his time with Mercedes and achieving childhood dreams, he acknowledged the opportunity to fulfill another dream by driving in Ferrari red. In a heartfelt message, Hamilton paid tribute to his Mercedes team, the brand, the late Niki Lauda, and team principal Toto Wolff. He noted that his decision was the most challenging one he has ever had to make. Hamilton drew parallels between his current move and his decision to join Mercedes in 2013, highlighting the leap of faith into the unknown. Back then, he left a strong team, McLaren, for a rebuilding project with Mercedes, which turned into a highly successful journey. Hamilton emphasized the familiar feeling of taking a leap of faith, stating that, like in 2013, he believes he is making the right move. Despite the upcoming shift in 2025 and major engine regulations changes, he is currently focused on the upcoming season with Mercedes. Hamilton expressed his determination, mentioning that he is more driven, fitter, and more focused than ever. His primary goal is to contribute to Mercedes' success once again. Looking at Lewis Hamilton's surprise move to Ferrari, you can draw parallels with his earlier unexpected switch to Mercedes. Both decisions carry a sense of shock and involve leaving a long-time team for something that may not seem like an immediate competitive advantage. However, this move to Ferrari is a bigger change. When Hamilton moved to Mercedes, there was some continuity, as Mercedes had been part of the long-term support for McLaren. Additionally, he was at an earlier stage in his career, providing more time for things to work out. The shift was also within the UK, not requiring as much upheaval as the current move. Now, as he approaches the end of his driving career, Hamilton is joining a team with a young, popular and fast current driver. Even if Ferrari creates an impressive car in 2025 and excels in the 2026 regulations, Hamilton may not have enough time to replicate the long-term success he experienced with Mercedes. The chances of achieving a similar level of success are lower in this new chapter. For many, it might be hard to grasp why Lewis Hamilton is making this move, just as it was over a decade ago when he switched teams. Hamilton describes it as taking a leap of faith into the unknown, but back then he had good reasons for it, and the same applies now. If this move results in wins and possibly his 8th title, it will undoubtedly be a competitive success. It could be another instance of trusting his instincts at the right time, making a move that leads to success he wouldn't have achieved by staying put. There are additional factors that make this decision right for him. He will be well compensated as a driver with suggestions of a substantial salary that Mercedes couldn't match. He appears to be securing a stable long-term deal that wasn't available at Mercedes. Moreover, if there were any doubts emerging at Mercedes, Ferrari and John Elkann have made him feel incredibly valued. It's crucial not to underestimate this aspect. Even F1 superstars and experienced figures are human, and feeling appreciated matters. We saw it with Fernando Alonso, and now we're witnessing it with Hamilton. Ferrari appears genuinely committed to providing Lewis Hamilton with everything he desires, beyond just being a racer. This includes long-term roles as an ambassador and support for his projects outside of Formula One, particularly those focused on diversity, inclusivity, and broader social change. While Mercedes has been a great supporter in these efforts, Ferrari seems eager to continue and potentially invest further in these initiatives. Hamilton's deal with Ferrari is set to offer substantial benefits, both on and off the track. Even if the move seems a bit puzzling to onlookers, if Hamilton is receiving even half of the rumored benefits, he likely couldn't be happier about the decision. Some argue that Ferrari's challenges in the past 17 years go beyond their driver lineup, focusing on operational weaknesses and issues with the reliability and race performance of their cars. Many believe that Charles Leclerc could be a World Drivers' Champion, WDC, with the right car. So, apart from the positive PR and marketing, the move doesn't seem entirely logical from a Ferrari perspective. It's compared to moves by football clubs like Man U or PSG, where they buy a superstar without fixing their underlying issues. While congratulating Lewis Hamilton on the move, some point out that past aces like Prost, Alonso and Vettel tried a similar path at Ferrari without much success. There's a concern about how Ferrari treats champions when they feel their time is up, as seen with Lauda, Prost, Vettel, and even Schumacher. The move is seen as risky for Hamilton. Despite believing he's driving better than ever, if Leclerc consistently outperforms him, questions may arise about Hamilton's true abilities. People might focus on the exceptional cars he had throughout his career. Hamilton, known for his excellent race pace rather than blistering one-lap speed, might face challenges if Leclerc regularly starts ahead of him, especially without the assurance of having the fastest car and #1 status. Lewis Hamilton's success in Formula One can be attributed to two main factors. Firstly, he often had the fastest car for more seasons than any other driver in F1 history. This played a crucial role in his championship victories. Secondly, Hamilton is an exceptional talent. Before Max Verstappen arrived, Hamilton and Fernando Alonso were standout drivers of their generation. However, Hamilton's title wins usually aligned with having the best car. Yet, this is a common trend in F1, with only a few exceptions. If Charles Leclerc beats Hamilton, fans shouldn't solely attribute Hamilton's success to his cars. Die-hard fans might need to recognize the talent of drivers who didn't have the luxury of being in top-performing cars like Hamilton did. Comparing Hamilton to Alonso, the 2023 Aston Martin was considered the best car Alonso had in a decade. However, it was still slower than the worst car Hamilton had in his entire career. This highlights the unprecedented quality of cars Hamilton had throughout his racing journey, while acknowledging his exceptional skill. While Hamilton's statistics suggest he's exceptionally quick, some doubt if he's as fast as his records imply. Despite this, he remains a great driver. Comparing him to Sebastian Vettel, who had 4 titles and numerous poles, Vettel's success was more car-dependent, However, Hamilton's ability to win in inferior cars like Michael Schumacher or Ayrton Senna is questioned. Some believe he lacks the exceptional one-lap speed or adaptability to drag an inferior car to victories, a trait attributed to legends like Schumacher and Senna. Drivers such as Alonso and Leclerc haven't had the same opportunities as Hamilton. Assessing their abilities often involves comparing them to their teammates. Will Bono leave for Ferrari? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.